Thank you, Reverend Maupin. I'm being told that we're just about out of time, and so we need to get to closing statements. Is that correct, guys? Okay. And I'm trying to recall who we drew.
No, just kidding.
Randy Camacho, you have 2 minutes.
Give me the opportunity to address you this evening. As I said before, I'm a high school teacher. I've been one for over 23 years. And I belong to a noble profession. You heard some comments earlier by Mr. Gallego talking about how teachers really played a major role in his life. And that's the profession I belong to. We do that with thousands of students. I've taught thousands of students over the course of the years. And the fact that I've taught your children, I'm asking now for your support so that I can represent you in Washington and here in Arizona. And when I say that, I really mean it sincerely, because too many of our folks that go on to Congress go to Congress and simply disappear. They get absorbed over there. And what I'm saying is that I'm going to work hard here. And this is why I expressed about growing up, working in the onion fields, because it's all about my roots. In fact, I'm so inspired by my roots that I even wrote a book called From the Roots Up. And it's all about life, faith, and politics, because I don't want to forget where I came from. And that's the allure of Washington, D.C. And so what I'm saying is that I will work very hard here as well. That's what I mean about transforming the office of Congress here in Congressional District 7 for the residents of Congressional District 7 to bring in the monies that we send to Washington, D.C., because we don't get those monies that we send coming back. We don't get as much as we send. We're considered a donor state. And so I will work to bring those monies back for infrastructure here, to complete the South Mountain Freeway that connects the Ahwatukee to Levine, to increase or to improve the infrastructure of our airports, because it is also a port of entry. It is also another example of the border. I will be a coordinating force for you, and I will work hard to improve education, economic development, and immigration. And once again, I invite you to visit my website, CamachoForArizona.com, and look up my ARIA plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gallego, I'm going to have you use this because I'm being told the battery in your microphone is...
oh, okay. Take that and also have a little feedback. Is this okay? Thank you. Well, I'm going to take this moment to actually explain what I want to do. I will not use my closing statements to slam any other candidates. Unfortunately, I feel that there are people on this slate that will do that because that's the nature. I do feel that, you know, when you run for office, you should talk about your ideas and not necessarily trash your opponent. So let me talk about my ideas. For one, in terms of education, we have to cap student tuition bills right now. The rise of tuition is going to severely eat away at the opportunity, economic opportunity for the Latino community. You know, the best time in America came when a lot of our middle-class families and lower middle-class families were able to afford college. And that's how we produced the workforce that we have today. We need to make sure that we still have that ability so we could educate not just the Latino community, but all of our working-class families to make sure they could rise up and down in terms of the economic swings of this economy. Two, what we need to do to better the economic system here in Arizona, we need to invest in infrastructure, push light rail down Central, and continue creating an integrated system, as well as investing into our downtown medical campus, our research, bring more research grants so we could create a truly vibrant community here that is based on high-tech technology. And also with trade. You know, we are sitting next to one of the largest economies in the country, and we have a very bad trade relationship with them. We need to use an infrastructure bank to continue to expand our ports and also bring in a lot of that trade back and forth so we can bring those jobs back. Lastly, water. We are going to be dealing with severe drought in the next couple of years. We need to do some long-term planning, and I think that we need to make sure that we fix the CAP canal. And we can do that, but you need to start doing that right now, or else Arizona is going to find itself behind the 8 ball in a couple of years. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate everyone being here, and I look forward to being your congressman. Thank you.
Jared Maupin.
The issues of our district are complex. Arizona 7th Congressional District is a grouping of some of the poorest communities in our state. Really, the issue of the day is jobs economic opportunity, funding public education, affordable housing, the basic building blocks to having a healthier quality of life. We must elect someone to Congress, and that's why I'm running, who is going to fight to restore and rebuild our middle class. When you look at Maryvale and South Phoenix, when you look downtown and in Glendale, we don't have the factories that were in existence in the 50s and 60s and 70s that built up our middle class, that allowed people to buy homes and come up out of poverty and into a working class environment. We must go back and rebuild our local economy. You need a congressman that's going to fight for contracts and open the doors to economic opportunity. I am pleased that the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce had this event today. Look, it's not about having a Latino congressperson or a non-Latino congressperson. It's about having a congressperson that's going to fight for the best interests of every person in this district, whether they are white, black, brown, red, yellow. You know, really, we have to look at what our needs are. A study came out recently that said that the average income for African Americans, their net worth is $5,500. For Latinos, it's $7,500. For working class Anglos with no college degree, it's $11,500. The wealth gap is killing the 7th Congressional District. We need jobs, and you need a fighter for economic justice in Congress. And that is what I pledge to do for you. It's important to rebuild our infrastructure and to elect someone that can pass legislation, someone who can serve in the Hispanic Caucus and the Congressional Black Caucus. When you get east of the Mississippi River, the demographics change, and so does the balance of power. You need someone who can move Congress in your direction and deliver jobs to you.
Mr. Peñalosa.
Thank you very much. My name is Jose Peñalosa. I'm the independent candidate for Congress, and hopefully in November I can secure your vote. And let me tell you what independent means. Independent means that I can reach out to our friends in the Democratic Party, where we share a commonality, our friends that are independents, and our Republican friends. And too long this district has been represented by one party. We're a combination of all people here. And 40% of the people that live in this district are registered independents because they're frustrated with the political system. They need someone to be real and to be independent. And I am that person, and my record has demonstrated that. This election is about reinstating the American dream in our community. How many of you are better off after 20 years of having a Democratic congressman in this district? The answer is not very many. You need someone to stand up for you. And the major issues are here to reinstate the American dream is immigration reform. You need an experienced lawyer who is an independent person who knows the issues to deliver reform. Because by delivering reform, you deliver economic development. I'm the only person here who's been actively involved in this community, self-employed for over 20 years. I know what it is to run a business. I know the struggles. And over 67,000 Latino businesses are in the state of Arizona, according to our friends at the Chamber. 1/3 of those are women. And by reform happening, it's going to pick up. 1/3 of those are immigrants. And this is what this is all about, economic development. And the last thing, as a parent and as a person who's gone through community college, gone through UCLA, gone through Arizona State University Law School, I know what it is to struggle and to work. And when I see the young people, I see my friends who are DACA dreamers and the struggles they're going through, my heart is with them. And my efforts toward them and helping them reach the American dream has been sincere. It's been steady there since 1986 in this community, and it will continue whatever the results of this election are. So if you want the American dream back, I'm the person that's going to deliver that. It's time for an independent in Congress to move forward with this community. Thank you.
Mary Rose Wilcox.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have a tremendously big job. District 7 has had a congressman for 22 years that has been delivering to District 7 and also all of the state of Arizona. Ed Pastor has always been the go-to guy. He has delivered light rail. He has delivered so many projects and been there for cities and towns across our nation, but also across our state and across District 7. I am very, very honored that Ed Pastor has endorsed me. When Ed talked to me, he said, Mary Rose, you are ready. You have been at the helm of government. You have served people. You have done so many projects ranging from affordable housing development, ranging from economic development. We ushered in Levine for economic development by building a Levine conveyance channel for flood control. We expanded the I-10 in the West Valley. We made sure that the stimulus money that came in was used and people had jobs. I have been part of a government that has built stadiums and demanded that they be good union jobs and they be local jobs. We've built courthouses. I have done programs for our people affected with AIDS. I have worked in public health arenas. I am very experienced. I probably have more experience in government and delivering to our community than any of the people at this table, and probably all of them combined. People have prepared me from my community. I know what the issues are. They are immigration, and I am front and center on that. I stood up to Joe Arpaio when he racial profiled in our community. They are affordable health. I will be there for affordable health. They are economic development. I will help pass a transportation bill that has not been passed and will bring money to our district and throughout the state of Arizona for working men and women. I will support Resolution Copper Company, who will bring tremendous wealth and power to Arizona for our constituents. Jobs can be developed. I will also be tough. I have worked across the aisle with Republicans. I know how to work with them, and I will deliver for you. If I'm tough enough to stand up to Joe Arpaio, I'm tough enough to work for you.